Hello, St. Matt's peeps. Just wanted to say hello and check in with you on this Holy Saturday or Holy Saturday evening, just about. And I wanted to talk just for a few minutes with you about what this day, Holy Saturday, is about, what it is for. We were planning on getting together with all of our Lutheran brothers and sisters from other Lutheran churches in the Twin Valleys. But that was not possible because of the quarantine. So we're not gathering together that way, but I wanted to at least gather with you personally for a few minutes on this Holy Saturday to lift it up. So what is Holy Saturday for? Well, on the one hand, Holy Saturday is a day of mourning, right? We remember back to yesterday, to Good Friday, to the death and burial of Jesus, and we remember that. And we mourn. We mourn his death. We mourn the death of people that we love. And I think today, having Holy Saturday on this particular day is especially poignant. Those of you who've been following the news will know that today, in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic here in the United States, the U.S. has now become the country with the most people, the most citizens who have died of COVID-19. So that's an especially poignant moment for us, I think. Makes this day even more meaningful. So today is a day of mourning. It's a day of grimness on the one hand, but it's also a day of anticipation. It's a day that we are waiting. We're waiting. Now we're getting really good at waiting, frankly, in the midst of this quarantine. Everybody is learning to wait. We're waiting for the Safer at Home ordinance to end. We're waiting for jobs to start again. We're waiting for the day when we can all come back to St. Matt's and come together in the sanctuary and pass the peace in familiar ways. So we're waiting and we're waiting. And this day we are waiting for tomorrow, for what we know what is to come. That's what makes Holy Saturday kind of exciting too, because we know how the story continues and we know how the story ends. So we're waiting for tomorrow, for what is to come, for what we know is to come, that the morning will dawn and that the stone will be rolled away and that the tomb will be empty and we will see and experience the resurrection of Jesus. And that is just an amazing thing that we're waiting for. And let that fill our hearts tonight, full of anticipation. Holy Saturday is also a day of preparation. We've been doing some preparations for tomorrow. I want to say a special thank you to Art Figueroa for coming in and hanging the white banners in celebration of Easter. A special thank you too to Leon for preparing all of the worship materials. And to everyone who's been getting ready for tomorrow's worship. I've been preparing our communion elements for tomorrow. And on Easter, I like to change it up a little bit. You might have noticed that during Lent, we were using unleavened bread, flat bread, pita bread. But on Easter, I like to go back to using the yeast bread. The bread that rises as a sign of Jesus risen again, Jesus' resurrection, this wonderful loaf of risen bread. And then I also like to do something special for our communion cup. I like to break out the sparkling wine. And I do that because I like to have the carbonation in the cup in the communion. The carbonation as another little sign, something we can taste the resurrection quite literally. I won't be able to share this with you directly, but if you have some sparkling wine or sparkling grape juice in your home, you might have a glass tomorrow in celebration of Easter. So I'm very excited. I'm waiting, but I'm waiting with deep anticipation. I'm looking forward tomorrow to celebrate with these things and with you, and also with this. I wonder what's inside. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out. See you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. On Facebook Live. Till then, be well.